Howdy. We're going on a road trip. Oh, there we go. I just noticed the motor is smoking like crazy right now. This is a brute. This is my biggest salmon yet. Alright, it's the morning of departure. Heading to the truck right now. The pre-trip anxiety is heavy. Been packing intermittently for the past 5 to 6 days getting ready for this trip, but truth of the matter is you're just never gonna be fully ready. It's funny, doing this for 7 years now, and I still can't kick that pre-trip anxiety. I'm just crossing my fingers for no closed roads and a safe journey. Here starts my 2,700 mile journey up to Valdez, Alaska. Get used to the comforts now, because we're not gonna have a modern truck for the next month. There she is in all her glory. All sandy. I've got a lot of work ahead of myself. Got to get this thing fully packed up. We got like a, well, for lack of a better term, a oh shoot kit. Usually I say something different, but for the folks at home. Oh, she's all cleaned up, ready to go. All I got to do is remember a pillow and to keep my brain tight between my ears. All right, she's all packed and ready to rumble. Am I? To be determined. No, I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I feel like the student driver magnet's a good addition. Of course, you had to slap a keep on trucking sticker on the back right before takeoff. What do you say we get the show on the road? Let's take old Sandy out for a spin. All right, baby. Give her a go. Should be about 173,000 by the time I'm done with you, Sandy. Imagine I don't even make it out of the driveway. Oh, yeah. Come on, old girl. Yeehaw! We driving. Here we go. All right, so inevitably, talking about therapy on a giant online platform is just awkward, but it really doesn't have to be with sponsors of today's video, BetterHelp. With this YouTube channel, I've been all sorts of different places. I've seen lots of amazing things, and sometimes I find myself at home wishing that I could just go back to what it felt like to be on the road for the first time, feeling free, being a 20-something, leaving my parents' house for the first time and using my truck as an apartment to see the world and see things in a new light for the first time. And I feel like therapy has helped me find those things. I've personally been a customer of BetterHelp since 2019. They match me with a therapist within as little as 3 days. If you have anything that you're struggling with in your day-to-day life, or if you think that you could just use a professional's help, BetterHelp might be a great option for you. Whether you feel like you're rushing through life and want to feel the sun on your skin more, or you're going through something that's just a little bit more personal, there is a professional out there that is fit that BetterHelp can help get you in touch with. Fill out a questionnaire and match with a therapist in just a few days. If it's not a right fit, switch anytime with no extra cost. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/mav and get 10% off your first month of therapy. Something I've been unpacking lately is learning how to stop and smell the roses. I've been obviously doing a lot of road trips alone, and I've started to realize in later years that it is very important to spend time with the ones around you. That's one of the things that I'm working with my therapist about. Thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Thanks to you guys for watching. Now let's get back to the prepaid programming. Everything honestly sounds pretty good on the truck right now. It's minus the power steering and the always knocking engine that it's had. I think we're sitting pretty in Suntan City, at least right now. Not me just realizing that there's no headrests on these seats. We've got 38 hours, I think, of road time. I'm kind of taking a weird, degenerate route, going through Montana, because I love that state. And then I'm also heading up through Washington, going through Vancouver, BC on the way up. I just thought it adds like an extra 10 hours, but that drive is just a little bit more interesting. It'll allow me to do some fishing along the way and see some friends, so that'll be cool. Couple issues I've got. One, my window. I can roll it down, but I can't roll it back up. Two, my center console right now, full of oil and a bottle jack. Like, not like in the sense that I can fill the truck back up with oil. It's like brake fluid, oil, and whatever else is literally in a pool under there. So this is a no-go for storage. And three, this isn't like a normal truck camping trip for me. I'm not driving this thing back. Once I get to Alaska, I'm selling it. So everything that I've brought with me, I can either fit in a bag that I'm going to fly home with, or I'm okay with getting rid of it. Yesterday, we stopped at a local thrift store, or actually 3 of them, and I ended up grabbing a bunch of assorted pots and pans, some bedding, and some other essential items like a Guardians of the Galaxy canvas portrait of a raccoon with a gun and Groot standing on it. All things considered, yesterday I only spent $190 on pots, pans, and everything else. All the other stuff that's expensive in here that I've spent money on for camping is just my camera gear, and that's just a couple iPhones. So, really, you can make do with what you got. Woo! I gotta say, I think I did a pretty good job on the old steering wheel cover. Because that steering wheel was haggard. Did you guys know that Sandy's my only vehicle that I have that's got one of these? What is that, you might ask? Well, that's a fuel switch. And you're able to switch between gas tanks with it. So, I'm not exactly sure how big each gas tank is, but that is a pretty nice feature to have in a road tripping vehicle. You know, getting down to E, you just flick it over and you can actually be driving when you do it. You flick it and it turns on a switch and it just switches over to the other gas tank. It's amazing. All right, stopping for our first tank of gas. Old Sandy made it an hour and a half on one tank, so probably getting close to like 8 miles a gallon right now. I'm also realizing that having flip-flops on right now is probably not the best foot attire for driving old Sandy, so let's switch out for some shoes. Alright, $75 and 20 gallons later, Sandy's full. While I'm sitting here, my cruise control hasn't been working, and that's the main reason that I feel like my ankles are gonna give out by the end of this trip. It could be as simple as a fuse, and I think it's number 13, which is the top one. Let's just make sure we have that fuse in there. Yeah, it looks fine. Alright, well, unfortunately for me, not that simple of a fix. In any such case, we will make it. Just, it'll be a lot cooler. It'll be a lot cooler to have cruise control. Huh, it is what it is. What's shaking? All right, we just passed into North Dakota, our first state line that we're crossing on this big voyage. It is absolutely cranking hot outside. AC does not work, of course, and I've got my headphones in because it sounds like I'm driving a sewing machine that's trying to explode. But, doing good. About 5 hours in, have a sore back already, but what do you do? Can't really expect much out of a 1993 C. I'll keep you updated. Right now, all I'm seeing is a whole lot of corn and sucking down some snacks for lunch because I fear if I stop, I'm gonna be done for the day. So we're gonna keep on trucking, keep on moving. We're in Montucky. We made it. Second border crossing. All right, looks like there's a state park pretty close to me. It says they have availability for camping, so I'm gonna go see if I can't camp there. Oh, I could use a sleep though. All right, just hopping in bed for the night. It's a swift 77 degrees. Night one of the road trip is commencing. Thanks for making it here, Sandy. Hopefully we got some more miles in us tomorrow, buddy. Alright, see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna try to get some rest. I think it's more of a shorts type of day out here in Montana. It's pretty cool. I don't really feel like going hiking on the trail much today because this isn't going to be much of a hiking trip. It's more of a, I'm going fishing a couple times and driving trip. I always like visiting parks like this because they have so many nice pieces of information and things that you can learn. The more you know for your health. And holy crank, that is an absolute unit of an anthill. Alright, I'm going to keep moving so they don't crawl at me. How about that? This typography is very reminiscent of my first trip ever in my white truck. My first stop away from home was in the Badlands. All right, I'm gonna drive down. Oh, you also gotta see this hill that I came up last night. You saw the condition of the truck bed right now and how I have my campers stuck in there. Look at how steep grade this hill is. If I braked really hard, I could get that camper to slide all the way to the front of my truck bed. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I did it. Nice. I got it to slide. That thing is heavy. The end goal for tonight is to make it to Missoula. I tried to be nice to myself and plan an average of 6 hours of driving a day in order to make this road trip happen, because last time I went to Alaska it was absolutely a nightmare getting there. Alright, I just stopped at Family Dollar, grabbed myself some tank tops because it is hot out today. Montana's calling for 100 degrees, so I feel like losing the sleeves and driving in a tank feels like the right play. I haven't worn a tank top in I don't even know how long, but I feel like a goofball. Alright, just stopped at Walmart. I'm trying to find some push button lights for tonight. Oh yeah, here we go. Those two. Alright, I've got an hour and 45 left to where I want to be tonight, so it's gonna be pretty funny because I absolutely burned myself because this window isn't tinted. So I'm burned on this shoulder and very pasty white on this shoulder. So I'm gonna have the Road Warrior tan going, or Road Warrior sunburn. Probably should have put sunscreen on. Didn't really realize it was that bad until the last hour. Alright, let's knock the rest of this drive out, get to camp, and make some dinner. This is technically a day use spot for accessing the river to go fish. See, it's right there, but I'm a little worried that if I drive all the way back, I'm going to be putting a lot of strain on Sandy right now. So it's also getting dark out, so it's going to be really hard to find a spot. So again, begging for forgiveness, not for permission. last thing I want to do after driving 9.5 hours today is to cook a meal from scratch, so I'm rocking one of these guys. Probably the best looking MRE and one of my favorites, so very excited. Yeah, this one never disappoints. It's been a great first couple nights on the road. Good morning. It is 8:26. Didn't get disturbed last night, which is honestly somewhat surprising. It's a cool 66 degrees right now. Feels awesome after baking in the sun all day yesterday. I need to go find some breakfast. Let's get this show pony on the road. Let's go, Sandy. Alright, there we go. A little corned beef hash breakfast, some over easy eggs, and some sourdough toast. And of course, a black coffee. Always a good way to start a day. I didn't bring my waders with on this trip, so I am going to be what's called wet wading, which is just a fancy term for I'm wearing shoes and shorts into the water. With it being colder out today, ideally I find like a river so skinny that I don't have to wade at all, but alright. Alright, let's see what we can do. Oh, there we go. That was so sick, dude. No way. This thing's giant, too. Holy. That was so cool. What do we got? A little cutty, maybe? Whoa. No way. Alright. Looks like I don't have to drive very far to get bit. Oh, it might be a brown. First fish. Little brown. Oh boy. Alright, so I get to keep 1 over 14. It looks like it's going to be over 14. So, I'll keep this little brown trout. Let's see if I can get another one. Oh, little baby. Little guy. I think it's a little brown trout. See you, buddy. Oh, there we go. Another one. What do we got here? What is he? I'm thinking this is just a little rainbow. He's pretty. See you, bud. This is a productive little hole here. Sandy's still riding true. I'm still hopeful. Almost done with 2,000 miles of the road trip so far. Which is crazy to say. Alright guys, there we go. There's the fresh brown trout paella. Sans saffron. Alright. Presentation. Immaculate. I would say that looks pretty dang good. The brown trout? Sensational. Turkey chorizo? Also pretty good. I would eat this every day of the week. And I've got a great view of the river, so, I mean, I don't really know if it gets any better than this. Do you guys think I'm going to wax this whole pan? Because I really think I might. Alright. I can't finish it, but honestly I'm pretty impressed with how much I did finish. I mean, that's a That's a 12-inch skillet. Okay, that was maybe too many carbs. Shut the propane off for the stove so I don't blow myself up tonight. That'd suck. Right now we've got about, it's 65 degrees out. So much different from yesterday. It's like almost 90 degrees in here. And today we're camping by a river. And 63. It's beautiful. If there is ever a time for coffee, it's right now. Well, get a load of this bridge we're crossing. Holy. Oh. All right. All right, so my objective today is just to get a little bit closer to Bellingham, Washington. Try to knock out as much of the drive as I want. It's kind of my resting driving day, if you will. I feel like eating breakfast every morning has been keeping me in the right mindset, so I might try to find myself a little diner or cafe to grab a sit-down breakfast before I really start hitting it hard, or I don't know, maybe I'll drive for an hour. Not sure. The world is my oyster right now, so it's still pretty cool outside, like 55 degrees, and basically not in a giant rush today. I'm slowly working my way out to the west coast. Well, actually pretty quickly working my way out to the west coast to try to catch crab season. Really excited to have my chances of getting some Dungeness crabs. Slow and steady wins the race, so we're gonna
in 800 feet,
trucking.
turn right onto the I-90 West ramp to Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, I gotta add some oil, I think. My truck holds like 7 quarts, so it's not like probably dangerously low, but I definitely feel like adding a little bit of oil in here isn't gonna hurt anything. Alright, that's looking a little better. Alright, oil caps on. Radiator, reservoir's full, we're good. Now I just gotta put this oil bottle in a place where I'll remember to grab more when I stop at the gas station next. I feel like that's probably a pretty good spot for it. Oh! There we go. Let's get the show back on the road again. Crossed over into Washington, made it through Idaho for a short hour drive. Nice hot day out today. Learned my lesson about burning my arm, so got the sun shirt on. Just gonna keep on trucking. Alright, not really sure what's going on with the truck, but going up these big hills, it's starting to shake a little bit. We switched her from overdrive into drive, and it kind of settled itself back out, but that was a little spooky. It's staying at a steady like 92 degrees out right now, so I'm sweating my absolute unit off right now in the mountains, but it is absolutely stunning out here. All of the rivers are crazy blue color, the mountains are gorgeous. We're just kind of crossing our fingers and toes right now that old Sandy can make it up these giant mountain roads, but if she can make it through this, I have full confidence that we can make it through the Yukon. It's just slow and steady wins the race. Keep you posted if anything crazy happens, but we're doing all right. And all right, we made it to my first hotel stop of the trip. We're here at the Heliotrope. It's a cute little spot. Got some fun hotel rooms. I'm gonna spend the night recharging my internal batteries, but not only that, it's a good time to recharge my external batteries too. What do I mean by that? the giant power bank that I brought with me needs a recharge. So I'm gonna grab this, some clothes, and get myself all comfy in my room. All right, here's the room for the night. I think this is gonna be a lot nicer than sleeping in the back of a truck for a night. I have to recharge the mental bank a little bit, the power bank, and get my stuff plugged in. First things first is I'm gonna shower. Probably gonna order some food in tonight, watch some crummy TV, and wake up at 8, sleep in a little bit. But tomorrow is the opener of crab season. So I am very excited to be doing that. So we'll see you in the morning for some crabs. Good morning. We're waking up today in Bellingham, Washington. Had a great night's rest, got a great shower in, and even had time to shave. All right, I got the goods. We're stopping at LFS, Marine and Outdoor, to get the reels all spooled up here. I brought stuff in and it's telling me I'm stealing. All right, just went ahead and got everything spooled up. Got myself a little measuring tape and a new crab snare. Super exciting. All right, we're all baited up. We're legal, we got our license. Only got the day to do it though, so we gotta make the most. All right, time to get some oil, time to get some gas. And then we can really get to catch some crabs. I will say, the sticker shock from coming from Montana over to Washington on gas prices is absolutely insane. We were spending like $2.99 a gallon, you know, maybe in some parts like $3.10, and then now we just crossed the state border and all of a sudden we're getting into $4.06. How does that make sense? All right, stop inside. Grab myself 3 more quarts of 10W30 and some sunscreen, because Lord knows I'm gonna need this today. Holy, I did not see that. That is insane. $10.99. Well, that's the economics of supply and demand. All right, finally ready. Got my ugly stick all lined up. Rigged up, got my bait, and a dream, baby. Oh yeah, crabby! Let's go. Holy cow, this thing's heavy. Oh boy, oh my gosh. Hopefully it's legal. I think it should be. Oh yeah, that's a successful day right there. This stuff, this is the real business. All right, so I got the Old Bay inside of the pot here. We've got our dispatched Dungeness crab, and I've got a pan ready to go there because I'm gonna make something a little bit different tonight. We're making a crab grilled cheese. Hey. No. Just scared out of him. Dungeness crab meat, provolone sandwich. Also for the free, I mean, I spent a total of $8 on these groceries. I guess when you consider the fishing license, not 100% free, but that is actually electric. That right there is a 10 out of 10 in my book. Thank you, Washington. You were nice to me. Now that right there is a pretty sight. Eating good and feeling good. Now our next objective is to make it over to Vancouver. Here we go, into BC. Me and Sandy into BC. Just got Sandy to the spot for the night. Beautiful driveway spot at my friend's place. It's a little tilted, but I parked it at an angle, so I mean, it looks like it'll be pretty even for the night.
Oh, buddy. We meet again, don't we? My best friend.
What an awesome adventure today. I am feeling so grateful that I got myself a crab. Oh boy. Got a lot of cleaning to do. Alright, we're finally getting out of Vancouver. Stayed an extra day than I was ultimately planning, but truth of the matter is I've been driving pretty hard and it felt really nice to rest, so I just noticed the motor is smoking like crazy right now, and it smells all sorts of funky town in here, so we gotta stop. That is not good. The city of Hope here in BC, and this is where Rambo was filmed. We got a bunch of crazy statues and stuff. I can't figure out how to fix this dang thing. I might be checking out a lot more of what Hope has to offer, but right now I honestly don't know what that is right here. I think that's actually my power steering, but yeah, it smells like burning fluid. That would probably be a good thing to get sorted before I drive the rest of my 30 hours that I need to. Got some hope and hope. So you can kind of smell it right now. It's smelling like it's burning something. All right, just left the truck over at a repair shop. Got myself a backpack full of all the things I'll need for the night. Staying at a motel here in the town of Hope. Kind of an oxymoron, if you will. No hope found in Hope. Well, there's a little bit of hope yet. We don't have the news on what's wrong with the truck, but I'm just crossing my toes and fingers that it's nothing serious. I really don't think it is, but my motel's right here. It's next to a McDonald's. Hope, BC, baby. You haven't seen the last of me. It's like 4 in the evening. Probably just gonna end up finding myself some food and a place to rest my head for the night. All right, guys. It is the next day. This was my hotel room for the night. It was pretty nice. Little AC, big TV, a lot of room to play my Nintendo Switch. Paid $161 Canadian for a room. Managed to get myself some beef bulgogi for dinner, but it is time to go. I just got off the phone with the automotive company that's working on the vehicle and get my truck back on the road today. But debating right now if I want to go to a cafe or to McDonald's for breakfast. This town is actually beautiful. Centralized in the middle of the mountains here in BC. I can see why somebody picked to film Rambo here. Alright, I was just walking myself to a cafe and they called me. Truck's just finished, so gonna skip out on the breakfast. Maybe I will stop at McDonald's after all because it's already just about 11:30 in the afternoon. I've got a lot of driving to catch up for some lost time, so would rather be on the road grinding it out than sitting down for an hour and eating. How's it going?
Hello, Mavrik. Okay, that is for you.
Sweet. All right, she's all doctored up. $220 later. We're ready to rock. All right, Sandy girl. We gotta work out how far we're going today, buddy. Because you decided to take a break on me yesterday. Making it awful difficult. and Wendy's or McDonald's ain't sounding too bad, so we're gonna go grab some food quick before we get on the long, lonely trail again, make sure everything's working right, and fill up my fuel tank. I'll do a Baconator, please.
Combo or just a sandwich?
I'll do a combo. On the dang road again. All right, we're gonna fill up on gas quick. We're gonna get booling through the mountains. A Frosty and fries have never tasted so good. All right, let's get it. Let's get it, let's go. Like I've been doing since day one, since I took off the Sandy. Crossing my fingers with my faith. That's 93 out of 150. All right, I'm about 7 hours into my drive today, just about to reach Prince George, BC. Stopping in for some Vietnamese food that I just placed on the phone. I have to scream in this car so people on the phone can hear me. We've been following the Fraser River all day, which is also a bucket list spot for me to visit, at least sometime in the fall. It is known for having giant white sturgeon, and they can get up to like 10 to 15 to 20 feet long, so would love to come back here at some point. It feels crazy just blowing by it, but you can tell that, you know, our environment's starting to get a little less mountainous. We've almost fully made it out of the Rocky Mountains. There's still a lot of elevation that we have to look forward to, especially in the Yukon, but I think a majority of it after this, I feel like we've been through the worst of it. So an update on Sandy. Since the repair, everything's been running smooth. Not much for weird smells, except for maybe some excess oil burning. But as far as belt smoke and engine worries, we've been doing pretty good. It's roughly 8 p.m. right now. I'm gonna grab my food. Might sit down and eat it quick and try to find a place to rest my head for the night. And I'm gonna get after it early and bright tomorrow because I've got a lot of time to make up for. I don't necessarily like driving this old truck at night. The headlights don't work very good, and I worry about hitting any wildlife. So I got about an hour and a half to 2 hours left of daylight. I'm gonna see how far I can make it or how far I want to go tonight, and then find myself a place to pull off or grab a motel. All right, we got the food. Got myself a vermicelli noodle bowl with some prawns and some pork. Now I just gotta call other places to see if the town an hour from here has any vacancy for the night. I'm gonna do that from the gas station though, because I need some gas. This car ain't got no gas in it. Because I am planning on starting driving early tomorrow morning, I know it's kind of cheating to get a hotel room, but it's honestly not cheating. I'm gonna be waking up tomorrow at like 5:36, so if I don't have to pull down the camper and everything, I gotta give myself as much leeway as I can tonight. So we're driving an extra hour out of Prince George. I normally was planning on just staying here, but I think I gotta make hay while the sun shines. Still got about an hour left of sunlight, so should be about perfect. This is actually Pier Cinema right now. I don't think I have a hill to stand on when I talk about vehicle safety now. At the gas station earlier, picked up some more oil also. So we'll be sitting pretty in Suntan City for tomorrow. And I guess I actually burned another liter, so always gotta be double checking. Also might be due for a little bug swipe. In our last 2,000 kilometers of BC, my hopes are to make it up to the Yukon tonight, be able to stay. Still have about 9 hours before I get there. And I've been on the road for just over 4 hours today already. Truck's running good. Mountains are getting bigger. definitely starting to cool off just a little bit, which is pretty nice in a truck without AC. Keep myself entertained with some podcasts and some music. And just gonna hold on to the steering wheel and put on the gas. All right, we are at the Bell 2 Lodge, a northern oasis up here in BC. As you can imagine, the services out here are getting much more desolate. The last gap I just had between gas stations was over 100 kilometers. This next one is 120 kilometers, so even though I'm not low on gas right now, I'm at about 3/4 of a tank down between both tanks. I'm gonna fill up here just to be prepared. I'm gonna grab myself a little snack, and then I'm gonna hightail it back on the road. All right, got myself a Diet Coke and a fancy sandwich. I was gonna sit in there and hop on the Wi-Fi for a second, but they're charging for Wi-Fi, so I don't feel too right about doing that when I have Starlink in the back. Maybe I'll see if I can't figure out a way to set my Starlink up really quick so I can have it while I drive. I've got the Starlink all taped up. You're getting an air delivery from a helicopter, it looks like. Well, that bad boy's booting up. I'm gonna use this time to scrub my windshield. All right. Well, on the road again. Where we go? We gotta make sure we've got coolant and oil before we start today. This is gonna be my longest driving day yet. It is roughly 6:45 in the morning. Definitely getting on the road a little later than I said I was going to last night, but hey, the quote of the trip has been better late than never. Never did give you guys a show of what got changed yesterday. So this was the AC compressor that was getting seized up. They completely bypassed it. So now we have this shorter belt that goes around all of the other things except for that one. Still have a lot of coolant left, so don't really need to worry about that. One thing I am worried about, as always, is the oil dipstick. So let's do our daily checkup. Looks like she could use a quart. Oh, actually, doesn't even need quite a quart, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll even go no funnel today for the people at home. Okay, I probably should have used a funnel. Definitely just poured oil all over my engine. All right. Let's ride, let's ride. If you guys didn't know, this is my first time taking this road. I've came through Saskatchewan before, but coming up from Washington this way and through BC, never done it before. Very scenic. Seen 2 black bears so far. Couldn't get the camera out in time to catch them. They're actually so fast for how big they are, but yes, a couple mature black bears, some big ones too. All right, we have made it to the sanctuary of Dace Lake. I'm gonna sit in the car for a second. I couldn't get Starlink to work while I was driving, but I don't think I should have a problem sitting in this parking lot. I see some messages coming through already. So I did find myself another MRE, just a little assurance for if I can't find another place to pull off. We've got weather rolling in. This rain's been pretty intermittent, so I'm gonna try to connect to internet. Just let everybody know that cares about me, that I'm doing okay. We're on the real Elcan now. Almost to Nugget City. Half a mile, and I will be getting myself some dinner and a place to rest my head for the night. Alright, just booked myself a room for the night. I am ordering some food up. Figured it's a little bit rainy outside, could totally set the truck up, but it's probably my last night to get a motel, so we're staying in a shared hostel area that has a shared bathroom but private room. Finishing off the night with a Diet Coke. Gonna muck some food quick, get to sleep, and get prepared for tomorrow. Alright, got myself a Salisbury steak. Basically just a fancy name for a hamburger with onions and some gravy on it. Some mashed potatoes. A lot better than mucking a MRE tonight. Not a damn chance. That hit the spot. That was so good. Some gravy, some mash, a little meat. Exactly what I wanted. Alright, so this is the sleeping situation. Just like a little full bed. And across the street, there's a bathroom. Got myself some towels and such. And yeah. That's the way she's gonna go tonight.
Alright, all tucked in bed. Gonna head to sleep for the night. This is a good night from the last night in a motel. Good morning, people. Good morning from Nugget City. Nugget City in the Yukon. Last night I stayed at this motel and I've been driving this 93 truck. We've finally made it to the Yukon, me and Sandy. But tonight, I'm in one of my favorite places in the world, the Yukon province in Canada. First thing second, I need to get some breakfast in my belly. So we're gonna head over to the local restaurant and grab some food. Classic breakfast to start the morning off. Just trying to get a full tummy before I get on the road. We're gonna have a very busy day today. Trying to knock out about 8 to 9 hours of driving. I'm gonna cook myself some dinner tonight, and we are getting back to sleeping in the truck because the areas that I'm going to next, there's just not really like many motels left. That was really nice. Somebody bought my breakfast for me. I met this really nice couple from California, and I didn't even catch both of their names, but they were driving a really sweet flatbed camper and I was admiring it, and I guess they just bought my breakfast. That was so nice. Oh, they're right there. The couple's right there. Let me go say thanks. Hey, you guys didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. I was so bummed out, so I was like, I'm not gonna get to say thanks. I thought you guys were already gone, then I was filling up. Well, pleasure. Hey, man. Here, let me get out here. Yeah. Pleasure meeting you.
It's good meeting you, man. Hey, yeah, thank you.
All right, well, I just got to say thanks to the couple before they took off. They're traveling around with their dog. They're from California. If you guys want to check them out on Instagram or something. Super nice. They bought me breakfast, so it's quite the deal. I should have showed you guys their camper. I was just so enamored with it and getting on the road. Here's what I'm going to be staring at for the next few hours. Nice wide open country. It is a beautiful 73 degrees here this morning. We've got a little bit of overcast skies. Seems like the rain is just kind of formulating in these mountains and not giving up. Been battling rain for most of the last 3 days. So Sandy Girl is encroaching on the final stretch. if you guys haven't been following along, in this road trip, I am making it all the way to Valdez, Alaska. I have roughly 1,800 kilometers left until I'm into Valdez, so we're absolutely cooking with gas right now. Today I'm starting off my drive, like I said, in Nugget City, which is just barely inside of the Yukon. I'm actually just leaving the Yukon now for a little bit, going back into BC and then coming back up. So I'm going to be driving the entirety of Canada's, well, I shouldn't say Canada's northernmost. It's one of Canada's northernmost provinces. None of it, of course, very, very north because it's more centralized. But this is just as north, it's just a little more west. So we're going to continue on this drive for 4.3 hours. And we're gonna probably stop for some lunch. There's a lot of cool stuff to see around here. Museums, fun places to eat with different types of food. Just gonna try to stay sane, try to not break this truck, and live on to the dream. Alright, just arrived in the giant oasis that is the Yukon. We are in the most inhabited town, and I think it's the capital? We're in Whitehorse. Did I just lock my keys inside the truck? No. Thank God. We're going to one of my favorite restaurants that I always think about when I think of Alaska, because last time I came here, I freaking loved it. And that's Klondike rib and salmon. Hello. Hi, how you doing? Good, how are you? Good. Alright, so when you come in here, I think I'm gonna get unsweet iced tea. And then they have lots of fun stuff in here. They got wild salmon sticky balls, some Klondike cakes. They have an elk entree, some bison pasta. But what they're really known for is their ribs and then their halibut fish and chips. Alright, got the tea, got some ribs. I did do a big ingredient thing and ordered a separate piece of fish because I'm having FOMO of fish also, but these ribs look delicious. I got here at the perfect time because you see all these people outside? They're all waiting for a chance to get some ribs and halibut. And I just walked right in, I just waltzed on in there. Grab me some. Tell you what, after this road trip, I'm gonna be daydreaming about being in this exact spot for probably until I come back. So. Alright, for the first time in 2.5 weeks, I am on a dirt road on the Elcan. It pretty much is going to be unpaved from here on out, and it is very dusty conditions. Every time a car is passing me, I have to pull off to the side of the road just because I can't even see my right in front of my grill. So we only have about 3 to 4 hours left of driving in Canada. We're almost all the way through the Yukon. Views out here are so hard to beat. I mean, these mountains are absolutely magic. But this is probably the most stressful driving just for a little while. So I think I'm gonna knock out like another hour of this. The sun looks really high right now. Like I could probably tell you it's 1 in the afternoon and you believe me. It's almost 7:30 at night. So I'm not feeling like driving for too much longer. I'd love to find a place to pull off for the evening and just get some R&R. You know, with it being light out, it really does make me want to push myself, but I've still got at least a full day of driving left. About 9 hours to where I want to be in Alaska. And I know if I push myself today, it's going to mean that I'm waking up later tomorrow and maybe not quite able to make that drive. So all right, well, here we are, our camp spot for the night.
All right, I'm gonna get the camper popped up really fast. Get my bed set up. It's already 8:30 p.m., so seems like a good time to get horizontal. Alright, got the bed all set up. I don't think I'm going to set the window up tonight because it is going to be so bright out that I feel like the extra airflow will be nice. I figure I'm going to need to change into some sleeping attire because guess what? I'm getting sleepy. Alright, we got piss jugs rocking already. We've got the new Switch 2. When I was out in Vancouver, I actually found a Switch 2 in stock. And although I told myself I wasn't gonna buy one, I ended up buying one. And right now I'm playing Yakuza. It's like a mix between GTA and what would be the other game it would be mixed with? GTA and Street Fighter. We have finally done it. It's our last driving day, baby. Got Sandy sitting there all pretty. Slept like a rock last night. A few trucks coming by on the highway woke me up, but other than that, I think I stayed up until like midnight playing my Nintendo Switch, which is pretty funny because I was exhausted, but that game is so fun, man. If you haven't experienced the mountains out here, it really is something special. Should be on everybody's bucket list, especially if you do like fishing. All right, just made it past the border crossing here. We are now officially back in the land of the free and the home of the brave. We're in the final state. We're on the home stretch, baby. 6 hours of driving left today. All right, everybody's lined up right now. We've got one of those pilot cars needing to come again. Got about a 15-minute wait, so I thought I'd get out of the car and stretch my legs a little bit. We officially made it to Alaska. Everything's doing pretty good on old sand here. My ratchet straps are holding up. The only thing that's concerned me this whole time is some of these bumps that I've been hitting. It's kind of started to bend this mounting point down, but it's still structurally sound on there. But we've made it to the motherland. You definitely get a different feeling when you're out here. The clarity of the air, the perfect temperatures, and just the feeling of being able to get on an adventure that you're going to remember for a lifetime is always eminent when you're out here. All of my worries about this truck, honestly, have been going through the window this entire trip. As long as I've been feeding her oil every morning and just not pushing it too hard, which I don't even know what it means anymore because there's been points where I've had this truck up to 80 miles an hour. It's been an absolute dream. I'm gonna be pretty sad to see it go, but I can't imagine this thing going any smoother than it has been. I actually am pretty blown away. All right, 200 miles of sketchy road later, we are in Tok, Alaska. This is the oasis out here. The first town that you hit that has gas services, so we're definitely going to be filling Sandy up. I'm not going to stop for lunch here because it's 2 in the afternoon right now. I'm a little hungry, but with a snack, I can persevere and make it down to Valdez
in time to grab maybe a more memorable dinner. So if you are going past here, Fast Eddie's is actually a pretty fire restaurant. I ate there last time I came through here. Got nothing against it, just would love to get something down in Valdez. Oh my gosh, we're on the flippin' home stretch. Can you believe it? 30 miles to go before Valdez. I'm driving through the mountains in the little fjord here. It is pretty nuts. I love this drive. There's so many cool waterfalls, lots of glaciers. I am in my happy place. These are the places that I dream about when I'm going to bed at night. Whoa. 4,500 miles. That's how many miles you've put on the truck thus far, just in this trip alone. And I just can't believe it, man. It's starting to wind down. We're finally gonna be in the place I was imagining I was gonna be just a mere 3 weeks ago. We flippin' made it. We did it. The fact that we made it all the way down to Valdez, Alaska, driving 4,500 miles, and all I had to do was replace a belt that wasn't even broken yet, mind you. It's pretty amazing. We are here in one of my favorite fishing towns in the entire world, Valdez, Alaska. Got some beautiful mountain views off this way. People are over here putting their fish up on the hooks that they caught for the day, getting pictures with it. If you've been to Alaska and haven't been to Valdez, you gotta take a stop down here if you enjoy port towns and fishing, because it's one of my favorite vibes in the entire state. One of the best parts about this town too is they've got a lot of good food. There's a restaurant called the Fat Mermaid over there that I really like, but there's also lots of different types of food trucks. So depending on what you're feeling for the evening, grab yourself some food. There's also some really good breakfast food trucks, which I'm definitely gonna hit in the morning. But I'm gonna try my best to unwind, have some Thai food, and grab myself a place to sleep for the night. 63 hours. 63 hours behind the wheel in the last 2.5 weeks. We're here. That's all that matters. And I feel pretty dang good for driving 63 hours in the last 2.5 weeks. I'll tell you what, this pad thai tonight is gonna hit a little bit different. Relishing in the success of making it down here to Valdez. All right, good food. Gonna help me sleep like a rock. I've got the camper set up right now at an RV park. We are at Bear Paw RV here in Valdez, Alaska, like I said. But the most exciting part is now I can finally go fishing again. The main goal tonight is really just to catch some salmon. Most of the people today are just getting in, and I'm just going out.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
On that black boat.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So we're gonna get ourselves started up here, turn the batteries on, and get this show on the ocean. Alright, we're gonna shut the hatch right now, even though that breeze feels pretty good. I don't want to get splish splashed. And we're gonna have a little fishing party. Oh, I got fish. Fish. Oh my gosh, please stay on. Bang!
We got him! Holy cow, that's a nice coho. Dude, what a pig! All right, that's awesome. There's one. Yo, going squirrely. Cruising for a bruising. Big dead. Yo, holy. Yo. Another one bites the dust. Well, I'm on him now. All right, got the fish all loaded up in the cooler. It seems a whole lot like a tomorrow problem, so we're gonna shut the boat up. It's all tied up. Things are looking good. All right. All right, it's time to get some shut-eye. Good morning. I got something on the jig. I don't know what it is, but oh, big old rockfish. Look at this guy. Holy puff. Bang. That thing's sweet, dude. Rockfish are delicious. See you, dude. All right, finally hooked up. Yup. Give him a little. Bang! That's just a little boy. Holy! No, wait. Oh, that was a big fish. Wow! That's a dandy. Check out that coho. Bang! It's a big boy. This is huge. Holy crank, that's a big one. Ugh. This is freaking awesome. This is a brute. This is my biggest salmon yet. Holy. That thing's ginormous. Are you kidding me? Look at that fish. All right, there's our haul for the day. I'm a little bummed out the series is coming to an end. This is going to be my last night in Sandy. I've got a buyer lined up tomorrow up in Anchorage, so I'm letting her go. And then you might be saying, free truck, you're selling it? What the heck, dude, that's messed up. You should give it away. All right, 2 points. One, giving a truck away, very large liability. Thank you, Matt, for taking that liability on and trusting me that I wouldn't sue him if something went wrong. And two, Matt doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to surprise him with money. So I got to get it sold first. But even though he gave me a truck for free, he believed in me and took on that liability on himself. And I got a lot of great memories with her. And for me, it would feel wrong keeping the money. So I'm gonna get some sleep, and for the last time, good night from the free truck camper. Alright, it's the last morning with the truck. It's about 6:30, and I've got about a 5-hour drive left until I'm in Anchorage. Alright guys, this is pure cinema. I am in Anchorage and grabbed a caribou hide. This is a gift for another person, but Luke from the Outdoor Boys says hi everyone. But we are in Anchorage now. I just stopped at Luke's house, said hi to him and his family. They're so sweet. Wishing him well in his retirement, and it was just fun to catch up. I haven't seen him for like over a year, so really nice. But we've got frozen fish. We've got a bunch of gear in the back. I'm supposed to meet up with the buyer of the truck in like 20 minutes. Wasn't planning on being at Luke's that long, not gonna lie, but what can I say? We had good conversation. I didn't want to leave. All right, truck's getting sold. Sandy, thank you for getting me here. Title sign and everything, but this is our last look
Say bye to Sandy.
at the truck camper. All right, dude.
Easy.
Enjoy her.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. All right, and there she goes. It's kind of a bittersweet moment. Oh, we're truckless, and our Alaska trip is almost done. The reason I say almost is because there's one thing left that I have to do. This is the old owner of Sandy, the one that was so kind to send her my way. The last thing I gotta do is to send him this money, because it's technically shouldn't be mine.
Hello?
Hey, Matt.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Not much. Just hanging out with my buddies right now. What are you up to?
Not much, man. I'm just in Alaska with Sandy.
Yeah, I saw those pictures, dude. What the heck, man?
She made it. Fair enough. How have you been?
I mean, unfortunately, I just lost my job the other day, unfortunately.
No shot.
My bad, I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
You're good, man. You want to make sure that you got that?
Yo, math.
You want to make sure that you got that?
I definitely, math.
So, I just sold her. I'm flying home tomorrow, and I didn't feel right about keeping the money because you did such a good deed for me, and I really appreciate it.
No, man, don't be sorry, man. I appreciate it. You have a great night,
Yeah,
brother.
you
Thank
too,
you
man.
so much.
God bless. See ya.
Have a good one, man. God bless. Bye-bye.
All right. And with that, the Alaska series is conceding. Want to do more stuff like this, so if you have a hoopty that you either want to donate to the channel or to sell, let me know. Send me a little message on the Instagram at Mavrik Joos. But anyways, until next time, you already know the drill. Just keep on trucking.